Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Today is June 23rd, 2020. Today, I think it's news edition number 148. And what if I told you these news might change to Patreon only? And what I mean by that is 2,000 to 3,000 people watch the news every week. And my Patreon starts all the way from $2. So if you want to support the news and help me make more content and support my channel financially, you can just go ahead and go to Patreon for $2. You can help me $2 a month, which is less than one roll of Kodak Gold a month. You can help this channel pursue the news. I've done it for 5 years already, and I really want to keep on doing it. So, it would help me tremendously. But thankfully, also we have channel sponsor Camera Store sponsoring the news this week. So yeah, let's get into the news. But do consider Patreon. It would really help. First thing, Labbox has a Pro Lid update. Sadly, I'm not one of their Kickstarter backers, so I haven't been able to check exactly. Hopefully, if someone is a Labbox Pro Lid or Labbox backer, they can give me the information. But if you were and haven't checked it out, you want to check it out. Just a quick reminder, Labbox came out with a Pro Lid that would take the temperature of the chemistry inside the tank and also give you a timing, a little timer inside the lid. So that was called the Pro Lid, and it didn't get delivered with the campaign, and now they're probably giving an update, which I can't tell you about because I'm not a backer. Then we have One Instant has reached 102% of the rewards for the Kickstarter campaign. So that means they made all the film they were supposed to be sending to the Kickstarters. There's still troubles with shipping. They still are not celebrating till everybody that backed the project got a pack of film or their film. So you might want to check it out. Also, for those who pre-ordered, because they had pre-orders that are pretty much since the day they finished the Kickstarter, it's still open, but probably there's a bunch of other people that still need to receive their film that were not backers. So you might want to check that one out. Then we have the Voigtlander 35mm f1.2 version 3 or Mark III is finally in stock. So I'll leave a link below to an Amazon link. But if you want to get this, is end mount for Leica. And if you use the link below, it helps because it's affiliate links, just like all the links below. That's another way to help. If you don't want to be a Patreon because you don't want to, you can go ahead and use any of my Amazon links below. Then, as I kind of hinted last week, Ilford is back at it. They've started producing film again after a little bit of a break due to what's happening and lockdown. So yeah, Ilford's back in production with, taking care that all the precautions they've taken for their factory workers and staff and people and all that. They did thank everybody in the community who's supporting the film and paper manufacturer throughout all this time. So yeah, that's good news that Ilford is back at it and we won't have any issues, hopefully, with stock. One good question that I have for Ilford, if you're watching this, and I think at least Matt does, who part of Ilford, is the special ultra large format order going to happen this year, or due to what happened, it's going to be pushed to another date or not? I'll see if I can write Ilford and get that information for you guys that shoot ultra large format or rare formats. Then we have a new converter for your digitalized negatives. It's called Grain to Pixel. Seems to be a plugin for Photoshop that is free, at least for now. And you basically just install it on your computer, I'm guessing, and open Photoshop or install it on Photoshop. I'm not sure how it works. I haven't tested it out myself yet. And lets you convert your negatives to positives, just like Negative Lab Pro and Film Lab app, the desktop app, and so on. So yeah, you do need Photoshop, and it does work, I think, on Windows and Mac, and maybe even Linux, but I'm not 100% sure. You might want to check it out. A friend of mine did say that he installed it on his Photoshop on a Mac, and it kind of crashed immediately. So you might want to check before doing a little backup. Then there's an article that someone sent me, and I've read some of it, but you guys might want to read it, which talks about Kodak film business going to a Chinese manufacturer. Happens to be there's a Chinese manufacturer distributor for Kodak Alaris that has been, it even says manufacturing film there, which I had no notion of that, but it doesn't mean it couldn't be possible. And they might be buying out Kodak Alaris. So those news are still not really, there was a buyer, but supposedly backed out. Maybe there will be that buyer. I don't know. You might want to read it and see what you think about it. But we have heard that Kodak Alaris was trying to sell at least their film distribution to someone. Do remember that Kodak Alaris just distributes and promotes film, still photography film, like these rolls. And Kodak Rochester is what I call them, at least, are the ones manufacturing the film in Rochester, New York, if I'm not wrong. And they're still in business doing this, and they make mostly, they also are the ones selling the cinematography film. So if you're buying cinematography film, it's coming from Kodak Rochester directly. And if you're buying still photography film, it's coming from Kodak Alaris, which was what happened after Chapter 11, If you want more information on all that, I could make maybe a special video explaining it all. Not that I'm an expert, but it has some complexity to it that I have seen. Then we have, a viewer, subscriber sent me a little Polaroid Peel Apart to Instax adapter. So this subscriber or viewer sent me an email. Thank you for that. And told me he's designed a little one-shot holder for Instax wide for Polaroid, I'll say it, Peel Apart, like FP100C from Fuji and so on. Good thing about it is it has a little dark slide, so you can preload your little inserts and then shoot and process. So it's pretty cool. Of course, once you shoot, you have to load it back in the dark changing bag to put it into an empty Instax bag to eject and, get the reaction on your film to develop it. But I think it's really, really cool, and it's free. So you can download it from Thingiverse and print as many as you want and have multiple shots on your FP back, or Polaroid 405 back. So thank you for that. And he made a little video on YouTube, which I'll link to, which explains what I just said much better with images. But I hope that helped. Then another news, I found that there's been a project that's been happening, and a couple of people that I know saw it and didn't tell me, which I'm a little upset at them, that there's an open source Hasselblad Instax Mini project going on. I'll leave the link to the Instagram page where he's showing slowly process of how he's building this whole thing, but it will be an open source Hasselblad back that shoots Instax Mini film. So that's good news, and hopefully we'll see it very soon. Apart from that, I'm going to give a little update on my Kickstarter, the Darkstreams. I'm going to post a whole post on what's going on. Very simply, all the hardware is installed. Everything's ready to start shooting, but my internet provider has taken over 2 months to come and install it. They've come multiple times to do basically nothing but waste my time, and that should be hopefully ready before I go on holiday. And on that topic, this summer I'll be in Finland helping and working hand in hand with Camera Store and Camera Rescue. So if you happen to be in Finland and you want to hang out, just let me know. But yeah, I'm spending all my summer working extra for film photography, which is what I really love. So yeah, again, do remember that you can help me do more of that kind of stuff by supporting my Patreon. If I look all crazy, it's because I just unloaded and loaded a whole trailer truck of wood, which is what I do for my main job. That's why everything is wood. And yeah, as always, thank you for watching. Remember, you can send any information to the email below. It really helps keep me open eyes for the news. And yeah, thanks for watching, like I said, and stay safe, and see you next week.